Hi, my name is Victoria and welcome to my channel. This is my first YouTube video. I am very new to all this, and today I plan to show you a portrait process and also talk about some new brushes that I had purchased. And right here I'm just getting all my line art onto the watercolor paper using a Col-Erase pencil. It is in the color Terracotta because I love it for my portrait work. And the brushes I will be talking about today are the GretLusky and Craftamo 7-piece artist brush set. Say that 5 times fast. It is a limited edition brush set designed by GretLusky. She is a wonderful artist. You should definitely check her out. Her art reminds me of the old X-Men comic books, and I absolutely love her work. The first brush in her set is a size 10 round brush. It is a fully synthetic, all of them are. They are fully synthetic and cruelty-free brushes, and they have a mint green handle with a lavender tip. They're very snappy because of the synthetic bristles on them, and I seem to really like that because it gives me a lot of control with my brush strokes. The next brush is a size 8 flat brush. The bristles are extremely soft, and that is why I'm sampling every single one of them for you guys. I wish you could feel how soft these brushes are. They are amazing. This next one is a size 6 round brush. She intentionally included 3 different sized round brushes, and I really like that because that is a staple for everyone to have and work with. This next one is a size 4 flat brush. I'm glad she only included 2 flat brushes because that is really all I use, is a wide one and a small one. The size 3 is a filbert. I was very excited about this one because I definitely need more filberts in my brush collection. I have, I think, maybe 2. This next one is a size 0 round brush to complete the set. And the very last brush is a rigger, a size 3 and 0, I think. And it is great for good line work, and if you want to add calligraphy to your portraits or to any of your work, this is a great brush to have. And with that extra control, I bet it is a lot more comfortable in the hand. And the box came with some of her artwork on it, with a little cat on a moon, and I absolutely love that. I am a cat person, and I love that she included a witchy theme to it. I really like that design. This next clip is of me doing a not so aesthetic shot of me trying to set up my little workspace, adding some water to my cups that you can barely see. And my brushes are on the far side. I've got a little squirt bottle for me to add water to my watercolors. And then for some reason I always use 2 different water containers. Sorry, catastrophe. She's over there tearing up my microphone box. The paints that I'll be using today, I will be using the Daniel Smith watercolors. I bought the tubes and I created my own palette. Let me know if you want to see me make a video explaining what colors I use to make this palette. I really like it. I can make just about any color that I want out of it with great ease. And this is actually not the first paint for watercolor that I have used. I think my first set of watercolors was the St. Petersburg White Nights watercolors, and I really like them for beginner. However, there are some colors in their palette that do not mix easily. They separate, and I don't like that. I don't like the colors to separate. They do give a pretty cool looking effect if you want it to be intentional, but I've grown to kind of shy away from those colors because the Daniel Smith are just so much easier to work with. And as you can see, I'm blocking in the hair with a fairly light wash of some magenta and orange, and you'll see me disappear in a little bit. I was getting some paper to test out my skin tones and all that, because I don't like putting down a wash until I know exactly what color it's going to turn out to be. The brushes that I am using today, they are very good at holding water. I was very surprised. Usually the only time I can get my brushes to hold a good amount of water is if I use my squirrel brushes, and they are natural brushes, they are not synthetic, so they are supposed to hold more water. I have not shelled out all the money to get a Col-Erase. Actually, I have a Col-Erase, but it's a very tiny one. I just don't think it's necessary to spend all that money for a Col-Erase brush when these could do just as well of the work. But that's just me. Different strokes for different folks. I'm a little bit on the cheap side sometimes, but I do love to put money into other artists' work, and that's why I bought these brushes, was to promote her and her work, because I really believe in her work and I love the things she does with her work. Goodness, I said work 3 times. And I just wanted to support her in any way that I could, and I love to support other artists that I enjoy. And I have several art books that I would love to show y'all when they come in. Yes, my southern accent has hit hard in that sentence, but I'd love to show you those books when they come in. I had got Lord Griss's art book, and it was from 3D Publishing, I think. I got it off of Kickstarter during her campaign, and I also got another one, and I think it's the Spiritlands book by, I'm going to butcher her name, Sarah Buchholz. I believe she's a German artist, but her world building is absolutely incredible. You should definitely check her out, and I love the character designs that Lord Griss creates. And back to the actual content of my video. Before I get into a deeper tangent, I have already blocked in some of the skin tones. I started out very light so that I could make sure that I had all the highlights that I was wanting to keep there, and made sure the first wash was very light in case I did miss some highlights. Then within the next wash I can make sure that they don't get blocked in again. And I'm adding more details to the hair since the hair is finally dried again, and I added a little bit of the color into her eyes. And if you see what I see right now, and if you are a Disney fan, I did make her color palette similar to Ariel from The Little Mermaids. That was completely unintentional, but I still really liked the painting, so that's okay. And I love Disney. Well, I loved old classic Disney. I've kind of fallen away from some of their stuff. I did like Turning Red. I liked that movie a lot. It really resonated with me growing up as a 90s kid. And so, the movie was actually based, I think it was supposed to be taking place during 2002, so that was when I was a young child. So I think that really hit home with me, all of the awkwardness and stuff like that. I have started with the gouache now, and I've gone in with the Arteza 48 color gouache set, and I also have, I believe that's the M-gram white paint. I went ahead and got the big tube of it because I don't think Arteza has individual paint tubes for sale yet. I hope that they do, because I would really love to continue using their art supplies, the gouache anyways, because I really like the way that the colors are pigmented and the way they turned out. I do think that the number of colors that they have in this set are completely unnecessary for me. I am comfortable with mixing my own paint and being able to create my own colors, and having 48 colors is completely unnecessary for me. I don't mix my own colors in this particular video because the selection is so vast that it's not really necessary for me to mix in this video. I would like to eventually mix these colors around and see how well they mix, and see if that is a route that I can take with these, or if I need to continue using them as the pigments that they are. Some paints are not meant to be mixed, and the St. Petersburg kind of acted that way. But it was mainly the blue and the red that did not want to mix. So I was trying to make purple, and it came out a very separated mess. And so I decided that I didn't really like their colors as much. I do like to take it on plein air because the palette is so small and convenient. And maybe they have a different grade of paints that is better than the palette that I purchased. But I waited about 2 weeks for that palette because it came from Russia. So I wasn't very keen on purchasing another one and having to wait that long. And that's kind of why I started doing the Daniel Smith watercolors. I think I am currently using the size 0 round brush, and I really liked it because just like the size 10, it did hold a good amount of paint, but it also had that precision that I needed for like the petals and the smaller little divisions of hair, and being able to block in her eyes, because I really did struggle with her eyes. I was being impatient, and I had a little bit of bleeding, and I had to dab it off, and so I continued with the rest of her face while I was waiting for the eyes to finish drying so I could finish them up. But quickly, a little bit more about me. I am 26 years old. I am engaged to be married. The date of our wedding is in April of 2024. Yes, I know, a very long time, but I am not in a rush, and no, that is not a red flag. We live together and we see each other every day, and getting married is not going to change that. And so I want to be able to have the wedding that I want and not have to worry about finances. And so that's why I'm waiting so long. And so he's actually in there playing Call of Duty right now because I am too shy to talk in front of him. Maybe one day I will get brave enough. I have 4 cats, 2 dogs, and 8 chickens. Yes, another indicator that I'm from the South, but it's okay. I love my chickens. They give me lots of eggs, and they are very fun to watch. You should try it sometime. Even as they get older, they're still amusing. But here is the finished piece. I hope you like it. Leave me a comment, like, and subscribe. I'm going to try and start making videos every single week. And hopefully I will see you guys next week. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And goodbye.